there was just one last thing needed to complete the list. I wanted someone to make a response video to one of my videos, and then I could respond back.
Wait, hold on. You've been wanting to get into a YouTube battle with someone? Huh. Well, in that case...
Lord knows I've waited 525,600 minutes to dive in your ass. Ever since you murdered my wife Persephone, all I have wanted was the smoke, the violence. And now that you're here, let me speak on this. Fuck you. Fuck your dead wife. Fuck your bitch-ass dead child. And fuck your weak-ass, hoe-ass, pussy-ass older brother.
Alright, let me first start off by saying this is not an attack on Shady Doorags. I actually been a huge fan of his for a while now. And with that being said, there's been plenty of times where we didn't really see eye to eye on a video. However, I wasn't a YouTuber back then. So, I'm now realizing that things I used to watch other YouTubers do as I was a kid, I can now do as well. That includes making response videos. Now, while my channel is not that big, and I may receive heavy backlash, this is something even Shady points out in his video.
Also, keep in mind this guy is punching up. You're always at risk of massive backlash when you do something like that, and some people aren't as ready for it as they should be.
My body is ready.
I've never really seen subscriber count as a reason that should hold you back from making a good argument. Now, if you come at that YouTuber with murderous intent, then yeah, they have every right to come back at you even harder. But if both parties are having a neutral, respectable conversation, then the discussion should reflect that. So, with that being said, dear Shady Doorags, what the fuck was this video? Okay, that came out a little harsh, but let me give some context. The world of Avatar has a lot of memorable characters. However, one of the most memorable is Azula, the firebending prodigy, deemed to have fire so hot that her fire is blue. She's a liar, manipulator, a terrible friend, power hungry, a terrible person.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
In other words, she's a monster. And the show truly does her character correctly. Take notes, Miraculous. But this is where our conversation starts. Azula is getting her own comic, which her character might be redeemed, going from monster to less monster, I guess. However, Shady Doorags thinks that the idea of redemption isn't the right move for this character, while I believe it's the perfect move. But let's start off first by saying what I agree with.
She was only 14 when she did all those horrible war crimes, so we need to give her a chance at redemption because she was only 14, and that would be the fair thing to do. I think this mentality is irrelevant, but at the same time, I think it needs to be rebutted because are you saying that if Azula was like older, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, then she shouldn't get a chance at redemption, even if like she was repentant of what she did?
This is something I heavily agree with, and I think people need to stop doing. One, I believe everyone deserves a chance of redemption, especially if they really want to change. And two, people need to stop letting things slide just because the character was young. I don't know about you, but when I was 14, I wasn't trying to help my dad in a war by conquering multiple cities and multiple states. Mainly because my father wasn't there, but you get my point.
And also, we love to praise these kids when they make good decisions, but suddenly when they make bad decisions, it's time to take away their agency. Like, no, I don't. I'm not down with that idea.
I don't think I even need to say anything. I believe that this right here says it all. A well-written character will face the consequences of their actions. Even if they made that choice with the best intentions, that doesn't mean it will come back to bite them later. Characters need to have consequences behind their actions in order to give that character meaning and depth. This is something Avatar nailed. Well, Last Airbender nailed. Korra, not so much. Alright, with that all being said, now it is finally time to comment on what I didn't like and where I believe this debate really starts off.
Because when it comes to characters, what needs to be done is best for the character and the story, the character's role in the story. With Azula specifically, it was very obvious that she was not a character who was meant to even be given a chance at redemption. She was a monster from the very start down to her core.
Now, I want everyone to know that I'm arguing with a belief here. So give me 1 second to explain the scenario that I am in. You see, when you argue with facts, it's pretty easy to get to the right conclusion. Like if you say, what is 9 plus 10? And someone says 21, then you can obviously tell that their math teacher probably gave up on them a long time ago.
Know your fucking place, trash!
But I'm arguing with a belief. For example, let's say you believe pineapples don't belong on pizza, but someone else believes that pineapples do belong on pizza. Then that becomes a battle of my belief versus your belief, and all facts are thrown out of the window. Now, here's my take. I believe that a character, whether they be a monster or not, can be redeemed. However, I also believe that the more wrong they have done, the longer the character's redemption arc should be. You see, a character I want to compare Azula to is her brother, Zuko. At the beginning of the show, Zuko, while wasn't a full-blown monster like Azula, did do some awful things as well. However, over the course of the show, his character grew. And as us, the viewers, we got to watch that development at real time. Now, Azula. One, I think the idea of her redemption needs to be stretched over multiple books. I understand that they could just say this comic takes place 5 years in the future, but think about this. Do you think Zuko's redemption arc would have been as impactful as it was if they randomly added a time skip in the middle of it? I doubt you would. If they truly want to redeem Azula, then this has to be over the course of a few books. I would say 3 at the least. Go into why she became the way that she did. Let her see the love her mother still has for her. Let her see how much Zuko still cares about her. Let her come face to face with the monster that was created. Then let her overcome it. Azula is a liar, a manipulator, a terrible friend, power hungry, a terrible person. But one thing she is not is irredeemable. And with that is the end of my take. I don't know if Shady Doorags will respond to this or even see it, but I would truly like to get more of an insight as to why he thinks a redemption arc for Azula wouldn't be a good idea. However, if there's one thing me and Shady Doorags can agree on, is that Azula is a well-written character, and the writers did an amazing job on her. But that's all from me. This has been Broken TV, giving you my likes, dislikes, and opinions. Farewell.